If you're planning on buying any cards from TCG Player, make sure you use our affiliate link right here in the description of our video to help support the channel. It's the best way to do it and it's free. And if you're looking for code cards, make sure you check out Poton Store. They have automatic email delivery and all the latest Pokemon TCG codes, and you can use Tablemon code for 5% off. If you're from Europe, mealybotsgaming.com is a great option to get your cards from. They have all sorts of sealed products, merchandise, and all the sets available from Pokemon Sun and Moon upwards, including the latest Hidden Fate set. Don't forget to use Tablemon code when checking out to get a further 5% off from your final purchase.
60 damage if he doesn't want to use his GX quite yet.
Right, so I think Rowan knows this and he has the AZ in his hand, so he's either saying to Drew, hey, you have to use your GX attack, and if you don't, I'm just going to be able to heal all this damage off and might be able to find himself with another Zoroark in play. Ooh, there is that power plant though. That's
definitely going to hurt Rowan here. I mean, he's relying on those Zoroarks, and if he can't get access to those trade abilities, it's not going to be nice.
This does free up the Ditto Prism Star that was on Rowan's bench. He wasn't able to get another Zoroark in play last turn because of that Silent Lab. But we do see the full 6 energy, as well as 3 of them being Wonder Energies on that Gardevoir and Sylveon. And with the Power Plant in play, yeah, we are just going to see it right here. Magical Miracle GX. And there is a chance that Rowan could just not draw what he needs off of this, and then Drew will be able to close out the game in just a few turns. This is going to be a... Maybe this is not the play he's going for? I'm not quite sure.
You have to feel confident about your hand if you're about to get rid of a double colorless energy here. It doesn't look like he had another one in there.
He does play 3 copies, and we know 1 is prized, so he should have access to 1 more somewhere. It might be in his hand as well, which would be why he's choosing to discard this one. Or actually, if he uses... Okay, so this is what he's going to do. He's going to blow up with Electrode, and then now he gets to attach this double colorless energy to the Murkrow, so it's kind of like a free discard.
All right.
And this actually... Okay, so what he can do here by... Oh, wait. He actually... I don't think he can attach to the Zoroark GX with the Electrode. I'm pretty sure Electrode specifies that you can only attach to non-GX or EX Pokemon with its ability. So we're gonna go get a check on that for sure. Hopefully someone is catching that right now.
He hasn't been able to resource management the discard. I mean, you obviously want a big discard, but I think there's some resources in there that you'd kind of just rather have.
Yeah, and honestly, bringing up the Aromatisse actually doesn't even matter because Drew could just move 2 energies to it and then retreat it off to the bench and just win by knocking out the Oranguru. I think Rowan is a little defeated at this point. You can kind of tell by his body language. He knows that this is not going to end well for him.
Gladion just thrown on the board, taking a look over at the prizes. There is, I think the writing's on the wall with this one.
Yeah, I wonder if a couple of turns ago he could have tried to get into resource management to get back some cards. He's debating, though, still trying to figure out his win condition. Rowan is one of the great players in the game. Of course, like we mentioned, former world champion from the juniors division. This is his first year in the masters division. I'm sure he's wanting to prove himself as a master. He's done that by making it to the top 8 thus far, and he unfortunately is unable to close this one out. And fortunately for Drew Kate, he is able to win a few cards off of this setup from Shaman EX. He's able to hit.
I mean, that's it. We saw the dark patch in his hand. He has one in the discard still.
Yeah, the only piece of the puzzle he needs now is the Darkrai EX so that he can move this Oranguru from the active spot. He's not playing anything like Energy Switch like you might see from some of these like Pikarom decks out there. We are going to see him Battle Compressor as well, getting rid of a few pieces that he just doesn't want to draw into. Choosing to play the Max Elixir first because he knew he wanted to discard some energies with this Battle Compressor. Wanted to keep as many energies in his deck for the Elixir before he got rid of them with the Compressor.
Just playing out a couple things from his hand. Get another Darkrai GX in the discard. A couple more Dark Energy. He does have that Shaman sitting in his hand though, so he can play a couple cards out and then set up, and I believe he hasn't used his supporter for the turn yet either.
He has not, and we know he'll be able to draw a bunch of cards, of course, with that Shaman. Looks like we may see a Restoration. He actually might just choose... Oh no, he does have another Dark in the discard, So he can Restoration this Darkrai into play and then use Dark Patch to get one more. He could have just Dark Patched 2 times onto this Darkrai GX on the bench already so that he could have drawn one more card. But here we go, 5 cards. All he needs is an Ultra Ball or the Darkrai. There is the Ultra Ball. It isn't in his prizes, and that should be the game.
Wow, that was possibly one of the quickest matches we've seen this whole weekend.
Yep, and there is the Dark Cloak Darkrai. Grant realizes immediately, oh my gosh, you can see the frustration on his face. It always feels so bad to lose a game like that. Just you don't even get to play the game. There's nothing you could have done about it, and Christopher takes a
looking for some cards. Like he needs to lock Christopher now. If he's able to just take another KO, he does have that 30 damage already on that bench Zoroark, as well as that Dedenne, which that Dedenne is just going to be the easiest surprise of his life if he can get a Guzma.
Yeah, more than enough damage ways for Christopher to take the win here. Grant was able to draw into his counter catcher, so we could see him bring up the Darkrai GX, try to stall that active for a turn, but that is something that can just use its attack and knock out the Oranguru he would be attacking with there. So instead we are going to see Grant actually bringing up the Weavile and choose to just hit it for 100. It does have 200 HP, so a 2-hit KO set up there. If he can get this knocked out, maybe Grant can close the game out that way.
Applying a bit of pressure here. Like, Grant doesn't want to be attacking, but...
And that's it. Christopher has the energy he needs.
That the dynamic of this matchup is going to go.
Yeah, and I think you're actually fine, JW, here with your hand situation. You have access to the other Vileplume. He's immediately going into this with the super growth. This is actually already a checkmate situation. JW is never going to be able to attack either of those Vileplumes. And once he KOs the Alolan Executor Rowlet GX, if he does not draw the Weavile out of the prizes, there's no way he will be able to attack for the rest of the game. And here he goes with the knockout and draws the 3 prizes. There is no Weavile there, and there is no way Christopher can attack for the entire rest of the game.
Yeah, definitely. Being able to take those first 3 prizes early on is just super crucial for him. Being able to do everything he can to be able to take those early knockouts. You know, again, looking to find anything he can to find those early. Oh, we actually see a concession here. Christopher knew that his Weavile was prized. He didn't take it right there. That was his hope. He was saying 50-50 shot, take half of my prize card. Their Vileplume following up, it's going to take at least 3 turns before it's able to actually respond with any kind of damage. So really a huge opening here for Chris, wanting to take advantage of it, needing to be able to secure his spot as the regional champion.
Dowsing Machine off of the 7. It was actually the first card he drew. This is going to get rid of the stadium in Power Plant. And this means that this Vileplume is going down. I think that is automatically a game winner for Christopher. As he goes through the discard pile, he's going to pull out that Skyfield, gets rid of Power Plant. Now Darkrai EX's Dark Cloak is in play. He can retreat for free, go into the Weavile. Shadow Connection is now online. Move all the energies up to the Weavile, and Claw Slash is going to pick up a knockout.
Yeah, just really what you wanted to see as Christopher there, needing to find that is his only really real route to victory there. And as you said, really just feels like the nail in the coffin in his side for him. So just being able to take out all these energies on the board, it's just such a big tempo swing. So much so that
computer search, I didn't even know what he grabbed there. Power Plant, Let Loose.
Grab the Power Plant for the Marshadow Let Loose. Wow, that's, I mean, I'm just sitting here in shock. I mean, all day we've actually seen a lot of these games being determined by prize cards like this. I mean, actually in JW's top 4 matchup, his opponent prized both of his Spritzies in game 2, so just rendering his Aromatisse deck completely useless. Wasn't able to use those Aromatisse to take the knockout. Now having that same thing coming here, I've seen JW himself on stream prize the Double Disgusting Pollens, you know, more than one time already. This is not his first time that has to happen, so just really unfortunate when that really is just such a deciding factor in the matchup.
Yeah, that being said, pretty good set of cards he got off of the Let Loose himself. Has the Steven's Resolve in his hand, so you can play that even though you're going first, or unless he already played a supporter, not actually going with it. So I may have missed a turn 1 supporter there, but on the side of Christopher, He has not prized either piece of his Weavile line. Sneasel already on the bench, Weavile not in the prizes, so he is very much set, but does not have any other draw cards and just passes back over to JW here.
And here it is. This is going to be the moment where JW has that disappointing sigh if he's considering to put a third Otis down.
To search his deck for a Pokemon to get him out of this situation, Dedenne GX actually would not have even done anything because Power Plant is in play, so Christopher just actually has no outs currently.
Yeah, he would have had to top deck just a vanilla Juniper by itself. Couldn't even use something like Battle Compressor via Seeker because obviously that irritating Pollen Vileplume is in play here. So JW just putting the beat down, just switching the roles here. We talked about game 3 wanting to be aggressive to be able to take those early prize cards because all you need to do is be ahead when time is actually called. But tables have turned. Christopher is actually the one taking a back seat here when it comes to the aggression.
Yeah, and he just has a couple more turns on the clock, really. What is this next card? Another energy. JW decided not to knock out the Oranguru, waiting to just bide his time up, take up the Darkrai. There is the knockout.
JW Kirwall is now your 2018-2019 Pokemon Regional Champion here. Just absolutely.
Cards left in your deck, at least not something that really scares me.
He's going to just absolutely protect himself from any sort of draw in this way. Instead of removing all of Zachary's cards, he's going to Lost Zone the good draw card in Professor Juniper so that that Versus Seeker that Zachary top decks doesn't actually get him any cards.
He left that VS Seeker for him too with
He
that trick
did,
shovel.
you were right. That's exactly why he did it that way. That Versus Seeker now
that's gotta hurt.
it gets what, maybe an N? So he's able to shuffle and draw 2 cards? That's what it's going to be. Zachary targets N with that Versus Seeker. What a play from Jimmy Pendarvis.
That's gotta hurt. I mean, there's not many opportunities. A VS Seeker is the card that your opponent wants to give you. It's just a perfect little tease. No.
Oh.
My goodness.
Jimmy just decked out. Jimmy just decked out.